Welcome back, Go Gunners family. Arsenal flop is now fast becoming a bigger waste of cash than Nicolas Pepe. The reaction to Arsenal's draw on Saturday might be a little over the top, but understandable. After all, Mikel Arteta's side have come close but failed to win the Premier League title on 3 previous occasions, so being unable to capitalize on Manchester City dropping points is always going to worry the supporters. Yet, taking a step back, things are still looking pretty good for the Gunners, with them 7 points clear of City in the league, into the 4th round of the FA Cup, 1 game away from the final of the League Cup and top of the Champions League. Things started relatively well for the former LOSC Lille star, with him turning heads in a game away to Liverpool and ending his debut campaign scoring 8 goals and providing 10 assists in 42 games, and winning the FA Cup. Even so, there was a slight feeling that he wasn't quite the game changer that fans hoped he'd be, a feeling that only grew in the following 2 seasons. However, it has to be said that a few players aren't quite pulling their weight, including one who was in real danger of becoming an even bigger flop than Nicolas Pepe. Why Nicolas Pepe was a flop for Arsenal? Following a reasonably promising first campaign in charge of the club, Arsenal decided to go big and back Unai Emery in the summer of 2019 by smashing the club's transfer record and bringing in Pepe for a whopping £72 million. For example, while he shone in the Europa League, he produced just 11 goal involvements in 29 league appearances in 2021, and in 21-22, he barely featured, racking up 9 goal involvements in 23 games. By that point, it was clear that he no longer had a future in North London, and a loan spell to Nice followed for the 22-23 season before his contract was terminated by mutual consent in the summer of 2023. The former Sporting CP star joined the Gunners in the summer off a truly sensational spell in Portugal in which he scored 97 goals and provided 28 assists in 102 games. So, even though it was accepted that he was playing against weaker opposition, there was still an expectation that he'd be able to add plenty of goals to Arteta's attack. In all, while Pepe had moments of magic during his Arsenal stay, he never lived up to the hype and is therefore remembered by many as a flop. Unfortunately, Arteta and co may have just signed someone who will go down as an even bigger waste of money. Arsenal's biggest flop since Pepe. Now, while there are a few Arsenal players who have been below par this season, it'll come as no surprise that the one in danger of becoming a bigger flop than Pepe is Victor Gyökeres. Unfortunately, barring a few moments of quality here and there, like against Leeds United or Atletico Madrid, that just has not happened. For example, in 26 appearances for the Gunners, totaling 1755 minutes, the 27-year-old has scored just 8 goals and provided 1 assist. That comes out to a poor average of a goal involvement every 2.88 games, or every 195 minutes, which just isn't good enough for a top number 9. Moreover, it's not like he is offering things outside of goals and assists, as in most matches, he's almost entirely anonymous, except for when he might take a heavy touch or slow down the build-up. This is one of the reasons one analyst has described watching the striker this season as painful. That might sound harsh, but as things stand, it is hard to disagree, especially as the North Londoners are fighting tooth and nail to win the league. Ultimately, while he might come good at some point, it is now looking like Gyökeres will end up being an even bigger flop for Arsenal than Pepe was. Real Madrid laughing as Arsenal wastes £64 million on a flop. While much has been made about Real Madrid making a mistake not signing Martin Zubimendi, Los Blancos turning down the chance to sign another international star before he moved to Arsenal is proving to be a smart decision. AS reported earlier this month that Real Madrid turned down Xabi Alonso's request to sign Zubimendi before Arsenal struck a deal with Real Sociedad in the summer of 2025. According to the Real Madrid-leaning Spanish publication, Alonso saw Zubimendi as the perfect midfielder to play in his system and control the tempo, but Los Blancos president Florentino Perez did not agree. While Zubimendi has been one of Arsenal's best players this season, Alonso is no longer in charge of Madrid. Madrid were also given the chance to sign Victor Gyökeres in the summer of 2025 when the striker was still at Sporting CP. The Athletic reported on June 17 that Gyökeres was offered to Madrid, who were looking for a Joselu-style striker at the time. Although the Spanish and European giants liked Gyökeres, Los Blancos ruled him out because of the potential cost and because they see him as a starting striker. Prolific at Sporting CP, the Sweden international striker has scored just 8 goals and given only 1 assist in 26 appearances for Arsenal so far this season. Gyökeres has found the back of the net just 5 times in 17 Premier League starts, with his performance against relegation-threatened Nottingham Forest at the City Ground on Saturday hugely disappointing. The London Evening Standard gave Gyökeres just 3 out of 10 in its player ratings, noting that the striker struggled to win the physical battle with Nikola Milankovic. Gyökeres eventually went on to sign for Arsenal, who paid £64 million, €73.8 million, $85.7 million, for his services. Arsenal were over the moon to have secured the services of the 27-year-old, who scored 97 goals in 102 appearances for Sporting Camp. The North London club's sporting director Andrea Berta described the signing of Gyökeres as an excellent deal and said that Arsenal were confident Victor will have a major impact on the pitch and become an important figure in our dressing room. While Arsenal are doing extremely well this season under manager Mikel Arteta, Gyökeres has been far from impressive. Madrid did not need Gyökeres because they already had Kylian Mbappe, a world-class striker who has scored 30 goals in just 26 appearances already this season, and it was smart of Perez to turn down the chance to sign the Swede. Arsenal could end up winning the Premier League title this season, but it will not be because of Gyökeres. Latest Real Madrid and Arsenal transfer news. Meanwhile, sources have told our transfer insider, Dean Jones, that Real Madrid have been told that Chelsea will sell them their star midfielder, but at the right price. Real Madrid fans have turned against Vinicius Jr., which has opened the door for Liverpool to make a move. A defender that Arsenal sent out on loan in the summer of 2025 could be on the move again, this time to the Netherlands. And finally, a defender that Arsenal want to sign has agreed on personal terms with Chelsea. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. Don't forget to press the notifications bell so that when we post a video on YouTube you are going to be the first to have it. See you next time.